Streetverdict, bringing you the latest first.
Our party leaders, fellow Nigerians, young persons in the PDP. Every institution has a tradition. And the tradition that we know of PDP is one that truly looks after their own. At a certain time, PDP was the envy of every political party in Nigeria. The reason why today we are sounding off this alarm is because between ourselves, we have tasted good leadership. We know what the traits of good leadership is like. And I'll start by mentioning a few names, persons like Iyom Josephine Anene. I didn't meet Iyom as the national woman leader of the PDP. However, she continued to play the motherly role, and I'm mentioning Iyom because she's still in the PDP till today. Iyom demonstrated what it means or Iyom embodies what it means for somebody to be a national woman leader. A woman whom, no matter what it is that is happening, Iyom will call and say, hello, hey, my daughter, what am I hearing? It means that issue will be resolved. We're not saying that Iyom is the best person in the whole world, but we're saying leadership is about the traits, having the right leadership traits. At this point in time, the state of the People's Democratic Party is very embarrassing. It's embarrassing that in a party where women have conversations and exchanges, today we are living in an era where the national woman leader sits on the intimidation of the women, the very women she is supposed to protect. And to be honest, it ranges from not just the supporting intimidation and taking a woman to the police station. This woman leader is aware that some people around her, when you post something that she doesn't agree with, in politics, people have divergent views. There would never be a time that every view must be about you. But I can even give an example of where somebody posted, I did post that it is important that some women who had played critical role in our campaigns in Edo State and some other party stakeholders be included on the party campaign list. The woman leader really took offense because I spoke to somebody called Yetunde who works with her. The girl said, woman leader is angry. For that reason, you'll be yanked out of the platform. The current national woman leader, Amina Darussalam Arong, is raining terror on PDP women. She is terrifying the very women she's supposed to be protecting. If anybody doesn't see it, the people who are terrified, there is terror. It's a reign of terror in the PDP right now in the women's department. And these are for issues that could have been handled. This, a woman leader is somebody who is motherly, is somebody who has an understanding of how to handle issues. We are in an era where petty gossips, unfounded stories are told, and that's what drives the reaction of the woman leader. And can I tell Nigerians that for all the things that had been discussed, the woman leader has not placed a call to anybody. We have NWC, PDP NWC leadership that is corrupt, that it's known to be so egocentric. You cannot lead a people that you do not communicate with. And to make it worse, when we were informed that there was need to have conversation about what happened, none of the NWC members showed up. Why? Because they are higher than the people that they are leading. That is the major problem that Nigeria has right now. When you have people who do not lead the people, they are people who direct the people, and that's all they care to do. And as I said, because we have had a taste of good leadership, call up a caller. Remember that, Mr. Caller, if there is a problem, the first thing he does is to pick the phone and call the young person and say, what's happening? How do we resolve this? did we get to an era where the PDP has become Soddom and Gomorrah? Where our NWC members are said to be embroiled in sexual relationships with the very young people they are supposed to be mentoring and protecting. Well, the young woman in the party who all by herself would tell the story of how an NWC member was supposed to marry her and then she had to go to native doctor. This is a political party, it's not a circus. It would appear that we are actually in a circus. This is a life story from the horse's mouth to somebody else. We have an NWC where two women, one said, oh, I saw her coming out of the very officer's house in the morning. That's my boyfriend. And to the point that people are going to police for boyfriend, girlfriend conversations. That space has to be sanitary. The National Working Committee has to be sanitized. There must be policy on sexual exploitation, sexual intimidation, and for some of them, for the women that they make advances at, if you don't agree, they will punish you with the position that they are in. They will deny you participation in the party because to them, they hold it as an ace to deal as they want. And we're telling them it won't happen under our watch. It won't happen under our watch. I tell Nigerians, there is a reason why, sexual relations is not allowed in the school place. There is a reason why that is the case. If a lecturer, for instance, has 10 girlfriends outside, I don't think anybody's going to be saying, oh, this lecturer is promiscuous. It's not anybody's business. We don't care. We are not here. We are not compass to judge people's lives. But when we have national officers whose attitude and whose dispositions are predicated on who has relationship with them. And when we sit, we're now having conversations about relationship of the very persons who are supposed to take on mentorship role, then something is critically wrong. There is no way we can groom other women on that platform. And that's why we're saying the current NWC should kindly exit the party. If the people place a vote of no confidence, it means that the game is over. We are done. We are done. There is no way we can mentor young women and bring in the right persons in the party. Let's even put a context to it. None of us are saying that, that we are sent. But sometimes we make deliberate efforts. I have made deliberate efforts in the party that nobody within our party, even as a young girl, can say that I have had any sexual relationship with you. And it's not because there are no very good-looking men in our party. It is because that's not the arena for it. That arena is supposed to be sacred. It's not the arena for it. There is a place for everything. But now we have persons who are supposed to be mentors to young women. Now, the stories, and you see, we are in a situation where this particular young woman and a few other ones have had to go to police to tell persons in the police about sexual relationships that are related to the PDP. How did we get this low? There's a saying that all dogs eat shit. Why is our own shit rubbed everywhere, all over our face? Why? Why do we have to endure that? Why? And then again, you have an NWC that is totally detached from the persons they are ruling. They don't get it. They don't understand administration. We're saying there is something Nigerians want, whether we like it or not. Nigerians have always extended love and empathy and sympathy to PDP. Is PDP extending the same compassion and empathy back to Nigerians right now? I don't think so, because we don't have the right persons in leadership. We have people who are braggadocious and egocentric. People who, when people leave the party, they are sending their supporters to say, you are totally inconsequential. You can't run a party like that. Even you don't run your family like that. If your son or your daughter runs away from home, you don't just sit down as a parent and say, you're totally inconsequential, you can run. Most parents that I know will make effort to find the child, especially where the child is underaged. Your party is in trouble. You are in opposition. You shouldn't let anybody go. Because even the person that I know that have left the party usually will sound warning that something is not right. We don't have persons who know how to reach out to people. We don't have persons who know how to engage with the populace because they are so pompous and so prideful. They can't engage with the people. If the NWC of today had any of the leadership traits that we had experienced in the past, we will not be doing this coverage today. This will not happen. This could not have happened where there was, for instance, a caller. He would have placed calls in 2 days and say, what is it? Or secondos. It would not have happened under the watch of a secondos.
Senator Akobondo.
Yes, they will call you. These people will call and say, how do we resolve all these matters? But we have an NWC that is higher than life. What I have to say to the current NWC is that they have failed in the leadership that they were elected to uphold. And unfortunately, we have members of our party who appear to be in a state of coma. The party itself is comatose. And then the members, because we have heard that persons have been given 50 million naira, persons have been given land allocations. I want to ask PDP stakeholders, how long will the land allocation and the 50 million naira last? How far can that take us as a person, as a group, as a people? We have a party that was built on principle. Somebody sold, to be honest, PDP was sold to me. Somebody sold this ideology to us. Ideology of a party that the people who put it together called it the People's Democratic Party. They didn't call it the Governor's Democratic Party. They didn't call it the BOT Democratic Party. It wasn't called the NEC Democratic Party. It was called the people. It means that those persons recognize the importance of the people in the equation of the administration of the party and the life of the party. But right now we have a people that do not care about the people, and they are blatant about, to them, whatever happens, it is their position that is important. The fact that they are NWC members. Worst of all, is that we are in a precarious situation in the party where for the first time in the history of PDP, we heard that the national chairman of our party, through a proxy, has sued the NEC, the BOT, all organs of the party. And we want to plead with Damago. We want to say to you, Honorable National Chairman, take a cue from persons like Alimodu Sharif. Anybody who fights a party as an institution,
Big institution like
or even a political party, as you are intending to do, never ends well. It doesn't end well. It's not something that will ever be. We advise you. We remember when you were contesting. You were a serial contestant of this position. We used to see your banners out there. I will be like, oh, we think this person will be a good national chairman. But you have failed woefully. We are very disappointed at your leadership. And the fact that under your watch, our party cannot perform its primary role as the opposition in Nigeria. Why? Because there are rumors of corruption. There are rumors of bribery. Why? Why should that be our lot as an opposition party? We go on to issues that affect not just the young persons in the party, but all members of the party. The issues of state elections and conflicts within various states. It is in your time, it is under your watch as an NWC that we now see that party fights party. We never heard it before. We've never seen a scenario where a PDP is the one that is undoing PDP. It is under your watch. Good leadership is seen It doesn't matter if you tell somebody, oh, I'm a fantastic leader. I am doing well. The person, we must see. We must see that you're doing well. We are not ghosts. We are not mind readers. If you say that you have done so well and your scorecard is very high, that's not what we're seeing. What we're seeing from outside is that we're seeing failure. We're seeing comatose engagement with the ruling party. We're seeing an NWC that is not able to handle common administrative issues. And on that note, at every level of governance around the world, you should resign honorably, every one of you. We do not have the confidence. We do not even want you to lead the party one more day, because for every week and every day you remain in those positions, those are the days we are losing. The days we are losing towards reforming the party. The party needs to move forward. PDP needs to be reformed, and there needs to be a rebate. You are stalling that rebate, and history will hold you accountable. We will not forget that, just like Alimodu Sharif, you are the stumbling block in the wheel of PDP's progress. And Nigerians, you're hurting Nigerians. The only opposition that Nigerians would have had, you are stalling it. We plead with you because you have children. And we pray that your children will watch this video. And we want to speak to all your children. If it has become so difficult for us to reach you, you're supposed to be representing the people, but you have kept yourself away. You are too highly placed. Look at what's happening in Kenya. Kenyan lawmakers, Kenyan executives have all come out to apologize to the people for their bad leadership. And PDP National Working Committee, the current National Working Committee, we want to tell you that you have failed, and we pass a vote of no confidence on you. And we kindly ask that you please exit our party so that the era of reform begins. Nigerians are waiting on PDP. For every single day you spend on that position, you are stalling the progress of millions of Nigerians. And we please plead with you that we want our party to survive. We want PDP to take its rightful, prideful position in the history of Nigeria's political space. Your continued stay in Wadata House is adding no value to the progress of PDP. You do not like the people. You do not respond to the people. You're too egocentric. You're too prideful. You're too arrogant. You are not people-centered. What exactly is your leadership about? What is there to benefit from your leadership? Nothing. We do not want money from you. We are not the cadre of young people who ask you to give us money, but we are saying, give us good leadership. Let us see that the party begins to interface with people in the right way, and how Nigerians have expectations. Nigerians understand the kind of good leadership that they want. If you're not able to provide that, please exit. It's the honorable thing to do. It's the most honorable thing to do. You exit. So we thank PDP members, and we tell them that we have never had the intention to drag our party to the media. But most of the things we're saying today are things that are already well known to the Nigerian space. And we need to remind Nigerians that not all PDPs, or not all PDP members, we need to remind Nigerians that not all PDP members are complicit in what is happening in PDP today. That there are good PDP members, that there are PDP members who want things to be done right. And you know, all the things you hear about women and young women in politics, it's not true. Ada and I, we have been friends. We have been friends. Ada and I, we are young people. We love ourselves. We want our party to grow. Even if we disagree based on principles.
Yes.
It's not personal. When we have persons in our party who begin to introduce police and begin to introduce a sexual relationship in how to deal with party affairs, we say no. Those are not the principles that we want to build the party on. And we want to invite young persons to the party, but we can't invite them under the current situation. It's not possible. We know the right thing to do, and we plead with our stakeholders party stakeholders, rise up against the current situation. Party stakeholders, we are going to have our protest tomorrow morning. We are inviting all PDP faithfuls to come out and stand for the rebirth of PDP. It is a very peaceful, it's going to be a very peaceful occupation of the PDP secretariat. We're saying this party is the People's Democratic Party. It belongs to us. We are not happy about the current state of the party. Come to our rescue. We cannot sustain this humiliation. It has gone on for too long. It is too much. PDP is our identity. How do we let our party die? Thank you.
Our party has been faced with so many crises right after our last primary elections. And there are ways to go about resolving issue in PDP, which we know is not the new thing. PDP has been resolving their issue in-house. So we don't want whoever becomes the leader of the party to lose track of that traditional way of handling issue. So before this matter get to this point, we let our party know that the women wing of the party has been dragged by someone we don't know. This lady has become a nightmare to so many of us. Among her victims, I am one of her victims. And for what reason? Very frenzy excuse, because she knows how to flame somebody up. The other women, she accused them of dating her husband, taking her husband from her, Shegu show me, and all that. Our party is not known for that. We brought this matter to the party, and we're not giving attention. We try our best until I was dragged to the police. If anyone tell me that I was going to face such a humiliation by the party I suffered, I give my life to, I will never believe. So Nigerians, all is not well with our party. And we are also addressing this press to our leaders to look into this matter. If not, we may wake up one day, we will not have a party where women will participate. To the best of my knowledge, women contribute almost 60% vote to the party. And if we are being humiliated, if we are being chased out of the party because somebody is close to our NWC and leaders, then we don't have a place to call a party. So with this issue, if not for the love we have for PDP, we will not come out here